So we have discussed just the for loop, right? And while
Yes.
loop. Okay. So now let's see understanding of arrays. Okay, I'm creating new Java class. So I'll simply give the name arrays. Okay. So now it's a class, right? So we have to write a main method. PS v m public static void main. Yeah, I think we just started. We waited for you. Just. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was a little bit
Yeah,
late.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So yesterday we discussed for loop and condition, the while condition. So today we'll be discussing the arrays. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So once we create a new class, we have to create a main method. So main method shortcut is PSVM. PSVM, it will create a main method. Correct. So whatever write in the main, it will execute it. So if I want to define integer, how to define the integer? I want to store 5 as a number. So how to store? What is the way?
Int
Int I
Yeah.
equal to 5.
Int I equal to 5. Correct. Okay. Now I want to store 5 and 6. Then again, I will be creating a variable, right? Int j equal to 6. So that I can access I and j. But if you like doing like this, like storing a multiple integers in a different variables, it's like a memory waste. I want to store set of data in a single data type. Right, because when I'm writing a Selenium script, right, I want to capture all the cities in the particular name. So I can't store a string city 1, string city 2, string city 3, string city 4 like that, correct? I need a way to store all my things, all my set in a single data type. So can we store multiple values in this int or string? Can we store that, or we can store only single variable? No, can we store multiple data in a single variable or int or string? Can we do that or not?
no,
No,
think
right? We
no.
can't do that. Hence, that's why we have to use arrays. Arrays helps to store multiple collection of data. So whenever you have requirement, mostly in our Selenium, right? Once you start Selenium, you'll get to know. So we have to capture cities, we have to capture names, we have to capture products. So sort of like this. So we have to use arrays. Arrays is like so store collection of data. So how to define arrays? First we have to use define, right? So here we define how int I equal to 5. Same way to define array. So let's take numbers array. Okay, I want to show some 5 numbers. So what I will do, numbers as means what is the data type? Int, right? Int. So whenever define arrays, you have to use square brackets. I'm telling that this is a array by defining this one. Here my data type is arrays, which is the int. Okay, let's give the number ARR. This is called object. Object nothing but our variable name, right? Equal to. So here we assign directly. But in the arrays, one of the ways to allocate memory. How to allocate memory while creating a defined object, right? So you have to define new. New of, if you see, by default, we got a class. So what is the type we define data type here? Int, na? So simply define int. So here we have to define the size. So I want to store 5 variables, I will give 5 here. Okay, I'll tell you again. See, first, what are the data type we want to store? We have to use the data type. As you want to define arrays, you have to use the square brackets. This is a representation of the array. We are storing the int arrays. So what is the object? You can give any object, na? Array 1 equal to new of, and we have to define the size of the same int. Whether 6 or 7, whatever the number you can give here. So that it means we are creating an array, we are initializing and we are allocating memory. Whenever you say new means we are allocating a memory of this object. Okay. So I can only store 6 variables. In the array, I can store only 5 variables. Okay. So now let's see. Array. Now I want to assign the variables. Now I defined it's a now blank object with the 5 members. Now how can I assign it? Same, assign array of 0. It will always start from 0 equal to, let's say, 1. It means I'm storing 0th position as a value of 1. See, I defined 5 now. It means I have size is 5, correct? So the index will start from 0. I mean, index is 0 position, first position, second, third, fourth. What is the total number now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like places, right? The first place is always 0 index. Second place is always 1. Third place 2. Fourth place 3. Fifth place 4. So in our Java, right, this arrays, any whenever you're doing a like storing of object, it always starts from 0. Okay, so I'm telling that array of 0 is nothing but store 1 in my first position of array. Assume that like this is a bus. Okay, so I have in a bus, or let's say car. I have in a car, I have 5 seats. So I need to fill all the seats, right? So then what will I will take first seat. Say, okay, first seat, fill this person. Same now again. Second seat, 1. Okay, let's put one more number here too. Now we fill 2 seats. Out of 5, how many seats we left here now in this array? Out of
3.
5, 3 are left because we 2 already assigned. Right, now let's do array of 2. Third position of value 3. Same array of fourth position of value 4. Array of fifth position of value 5. So now what is how many seats are filled now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is your size? So your array is filled. Okay, now let's print, right? Whether you want to store that, it doesn't or not, right? We have to print, correct? So how can I print? What is the print statement?
SOUT.
Okay. System out dot println. Okay. So in interview, right? Don't tell SOUT, say system out dot print and say, yeah, I'm using shortcut of SOUT. Okay. Yeah. So now I want to print, right? Let's print array of, let me write in a string, says first index of array. Now place array of 0. Okay. Now if I run the program. Okay, what is the value got it here? Let me put a space. Okay, so that you have a gap between your number and space, right? So otherwise it will be confusing. Let me run it now. What is the value now? We got it 1. What I'm trying to print array of 0. Correct. Suppose now I want to print last position. So index is nothing but position. Okay. Last index. What is an array of 5 or 4? What I need to give here?
4.
4, not 5, right? Because it starts with 0.
Yeah.
Okay, if I run the thing now. So we got a 5. Now let's try to add array of 6th position. Okay. Equal to 6. Okay. Now array of 6th position 7. Let's print the value 5 here. So what happened now? While I'm assigning, I didn't get any error. But while I'm trying to print, what it says? Index 5 out of bind of length. So I'll tell you. So what is the size we defined here?
5.
5, right? It means it should allocate only five numbers. So till this point is done with the 5, right? So now what I did, I'm trying to assign the 6 and 7 also. Okay. I'm trying to assign 6 and 7. But at that time, I didn't get any error because my IntelliJ doesn't know whether I'm doing right or not. But what happened while I executed the program, right? It says, see, we got the line number 16 only. What is the error at? Arrays.java.16. So what is the line number 16 here? This one. It says, what is the error we got? It says index 5 out of find of 5. Means there is a no space to store the data because you defined size here. So it can't store more than 5 numbers. Understood, right? So while runtime only we got the error. So while not printing also, at that time assigning only we got because this array has size of to store only 5. So we can't allocate more than of its size. Okay, so what are the size? If we define 7, then it may allow these two. It's clear, right? So whatever the size we are storing here, you should store that much of numbers only. Okay, so I can't have more than this size allocated. Okay, yeah, it's clear now, size. So what the second way of defining array is, you can define array like this also, int array 1 equal to, you can directly write the numbers in the curly braces, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 semicolon. See, this is second way of defining array. So what we here, what we did, we defined the array and we allocated the size, then we are assigning the variables. Or you can directly give the numbers on the runtime while defining itself. Either way, you can use it. Okay. So if you observe, this is the way we are creating and we define the size also in the starting of our code, right? And we can't add more than that. Same also here, in this case, what we are defining instead of size, we are defining the numbers also inside it. Because assume that I haven't defined these three now, I can assign these 3 values in the last also, whenever my code is required. But if you define like this now, you are no way can't change these values. This array one is always fixed. So in our Selenium code while writing, right, there could be requirement whether you have to assign in the first, whether you have to assign in the last, or whenever you got the data, you have to assign. So based on that requirement, you have to use either of this thing. If you know whatever the values you're going to add or going to use, you will define this is the one only. But at the time, at starting, you don't know what are the values you store, right? At that time, what you will do, you define it, and whenever it required, you will assign to values. Understood, right? Why you are using defining like this way, and either way, you can use it based on your code, your requirement or need. Okay, same way. Now I want to print this array one. What I will do? So not order and print ln array of 1 of, if I put second means third index, right? I will get okay, here I'm getting the error. Java 20 na, it should be 1 because there is no 5 na. That's why I got the error. See, now index of so in the last array got 2 of 3. 2 means 0, 1, 2. Third position, right? We got what is third position? 3 here. It printed 3. Because see, whatever discussed arrays, now next we'll cover array list. These are the important and the basics. Okay, we'll be using most of the things in our code. So clear with arrays? No doubt.
Yes.
So why you are defining this? If you know the size and you don't want to know, you don't know the values to assign. So whenever required, you assign it in between, in starting and ending. But if you know the values already, then you can use this one. Okay, and if you observe it is a fixed one, right? If you define 5 here, I can't add 6th element. It's a no way. When you define the size means it's done. You can't use more. Okay. Now, so now to print the values, what I'm doing like array of 0, array of 1, and I'm doing this much of lines, right? But can we use any other way to print the values? Can you any other way to access the array? Okay, so that way we can use a for loop. What is a for loop? What should we learn, right? What is a for loop? What is for loop? Why we are using the for loop? Yeah, Deepika, what is for loop for? Saraswati?
So it
Yeah.
will just keep on getting numbers, I mean to say.
Okay, Saraswati?
Mm. In the while loop, we wrote number of lines, but in the for loop, in the single line, we increment the value and
Yeah, whenever there is a particular set to you have to iterate, right? Whenever you want to go for some particular elements or iteration and do the count, in that case, we use a for loop. So here, arrays no, the most helpful with the for loop only, because I want to access the entire array, right? So and I can't use like array of 0, array of 1, and array of 4. In that case, I'll do for loop. First for loop, okay. So I'll define int I equal to 0. Okay, now I less than, I want to go through the entire array, right? Whatever we did yesterday, I less than, just to give 10 or 5, no? But here I want to go this array. I want to print all the elements in this array. So, what is the length? What is the number I can give? I can give till 5, right? Size only. As I give size only. If I want to print entire array of it, so what we'll do? We need till the size, right? So, we need to print only 5 variables, na? As a size is 5. So what we'll do, simply instead of giving a 5, I can do array dot length. Okay, array dot is nothing but your object, right? This array is object, na? Correct. So this object dot, if you do, we'll get a length. It means whatever the length it is. It could be 2, it could be 5, it could be 6. Your for loop will loop and it will print that value only. Now I plus plus, right? We have to increment now our position. I plus plus. Okay, it says, okay, I is all defined. Let's use L, L. Okay, so L equal 0, L less than array dot length, L plus plus. So why I given array dot length is because I want to print all the values of array. It could be a fun, it could be to whatever it is, right? If I define hard code now 5 or 6, whenever array length is changed again, our code will fail. So it's always use array dot length so that it will print it. So now what I will do, SOUT system.println array of, what is the size now? What is index position here? We are given 0, 1, right? To get 0, to get 1, and to get 2. So here, what I'm defining? I'm defining L. So L. Because what will do L? L start from 0. So it will print 0 first. Array of 0 means what we'll get? We'll get 1. Now, what will do? L will increment. L value will be 1. And if you think 1 less than array dot length, what is the array dot length? 5. 1 less than 5, it will go. So till like that, it will loop and it will print all the values. So let me comment out this. Okay, let's print. If I run this code now, see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I use array of 0, array of 1, array of 2, array of 3, array of 4, array of 5? Not right. I simply used a for loop where this for loop can iterate into my entire array. You understood, right? Why we're using for loop now? So ideally, if I want to print, I want to access there, what I have to do? I have to give array of 0, array of 1, like array of 2, correct? Or array of 3. Sorry. Array of 4. Like this, I need to go. But instead of that, if it is a 2 or 3, right, you will write manually or like this. But if you're having 10 size or you're having 20 size, we can't define like this, right? Hence, we have to use the for loop. So for loop is best way to access our array. So what we did, I have given an integer L equal 0, so that I want to say start with 0 position and increment 1 by 1 till your array length. You understood, right? So suppose I will write here index of array plus L. Your index is nothing but L only, na? Plus value is this one. So what I did now, I concatenated variable and my string. So whenever variable is there, I haven't used the double quotes, and whenever string is there, I have kept in double quotes here. So till now, whatever we learned this one only, value plus array. But you can define and you can write whatever the way you can using your plus signs. Okay, now if I run it now, okay, let me use the space here and space here also. If you see, right, this 0 error is fixed. There's no spaces. No, that's why I give spaces in the double quote. Okay, now see, index of array 0, right? First position and value is 1. Correct or not? Now you understood,
Yes.
right? Now 0 index of array 1 and value is 2. Index 1, what is the value? We got 2. So like this, you can iterate your array length. If you clear this, then only we'll go to next topic. Saraswati Deepika. No doubts in the array, right? How to access,
No.
how to define.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes. Clear.
Yeah, because it's very basic for us to start off.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now, there is a one more concept of for that we call enhanced loop. Now, you know that we will be needing of length, right? And we'll be incrementing pakka.
Ravi, just
Yeah.
one question.
Yes.
Where do we use this array into our Selenium?
Yeah, that's what. Suppose see, you have opened a web page. Okay, let me show you that. Let's take your Amazon. Okay, so I have here 3 sections, right? Cart, orders, and list. Right now, I don't know when I will go to these sessions. Correct. At starting, I don't know. I maybe go to accounts, I maybe go to orders, or maybe go to cart. Let's say there is one scenario, you added to cart and you bought it. And you want to check, right, whether the order is placed or not. Then what we'll do? After the cart, we'll go to orders. Right? Suppose sometime you want to see whether you have the account is, you want to do membership is there or not. Right? So before buying at the time of cart, you want to check before submitting the order, you want to check whether your membership is there or not. So what I do at the time, I'll come to accounts. So now I don't know, right? Wherever I go, in that case, what I will do, right? I will put these 3 pages links in my arrays. And I will define array of 0 is accounts, array of 1 is orders, array of 2 is cart. So whenever required, right? Simply I'll pull that link, array of 1 to dot click, array of 2 dot click. So that I can control and I can store these variables, links in an array, so that I don't have to worry about, okay, where it is turning, or I don't have to worry about the way I will get the link on.
Okay.
Okay, you don't worry. We'll slowly start off, right? Once again, I will be covering this also. Okay, why you are using arrays or like that. You don't have to worry on that. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you observe here, we know that we can't go more than length, right? Obviously, it's fixed. And we know that we have to increment. In this case, that's why we got enhanced for loop. Okay, that we call enhanced for loop. So simple, nothing but same for, let's see. So what is the output of this array is integer only, no? Right? What I'll do now, int a of array. That's it. So what I'm doing, right? I'm saying that whatever how many number of elements, could be 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever. Just take first as a variable in A and print it. Second, assign to A, print it. Third, assign to A, print. Fourth, like that. Suppose if I do now, system.out println of A. If I run it now, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we did with nothing, we didn't mention increment, we didn't mention length. So what we said, I know, right? I want to print all out of all these arrays. I want to access this variable. So what I do, I simply assigned one data type int A, and this what it will do now every time. First time it will take first value, it will assign to A and it will go to inside loop. Once done with the loop, again, second value of array will assign to A. Again, it will come to here. Like that, it will keep on iterating until print it. Because it's nothing internally, it will take, it will get the length, and internally it will increment only. You don't have to do anything. This is you call enhanced for loop. Either way, you can use either this for loop or this for loop. Okay, or interviews in a writing code, right? Always prefer to use this one. So whenever using this type of for loops, no, they thought, okay, you know much better of the condition of the code. So it's like kind of advanced one.
Okay. Okay.
All right. But ideally, I mean, everyone will define like this. You can say normal people are low experience. But whenever defining like this, no, I mean, from the interview perspective point, right? You will check, no, whatever the line you're writing. So you'll think, okay, this guy is good. He don't know the things. Okay, that's called enhancer for loop. Now understood, right? How it's working internally. It will take the length. It will also increment automatically and print the values.
Ravi, one question.
Yeah.
It will always increase or it can decrease also the number?
No, here it always increase. But here you can option of decrease. Suppose see in the same case now, what I will do now for int p equal to, now I'll define 5. I want decrease, right? I want to define the 5 now. Then what I will say, p will do minus minus now. So p should be, I mean, when to stop. If I start with the 5, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So p less than, okay, p less than 0. 5, no. So okay, p greater than 0. Till that point now, p minus minus. Right? P minus minus. Now I can get it off. So let me do system out dot n, system out dot println array of p. What I'm doing simply, I started with the p equal to 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So first it will print value of p. Sorry, array of p 5 now. So what is the array of 5? Okay, we don't have what is the array of 5, right? We don't have array of 5 now, we'll get error. So let's start with the p equal to 4. Okay, now array of 4. What is array of 4? We got 5.
Yes, 5.
Now what will do? Decrease will happen. P minus minus. So now p will be 3. And 3 greater than 0, yes, condition is false. Now array of 3. Now it will get a reverse values. If I run it now, see we got, where is this one? Yeah. So we got, see, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, right. Okay.
We are accessing reverse way. The position from we are accessing. So I kept condition, right? Because once 4, I mean, on the last time it will become 0. So 0 greater than 0, condition fails. That will come out. Otherwise, it will keep going minuses. That's why I kept a condition to stop. Okay. So that's one way. And other way is this enhanced for loop. You're clear at enhanced for loop?
Yes. So in enhanced for loop, we cannot decrease the value, right?
Yes, we can't control that. It will always go for from 0 to length of the array.
Okay. Okay.
One by one. Okay. So now we define int arrays, right? Let's define string arrays. String arrays nothing but what is a string?
Character
Words. String is words, right?
words.
So yeah, string. It's a string. S equal to, let's put S1 equal to Java. String is nothing but collection of words. Now string S2 equal to Selenium. String again S3 equal to course. Now we are defining like this way, right? But now can we define all these three strings into single data type, single variable? We can, no? We have arrays.
Yeah.
Saraswati, getting it right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we have arrays. Now what is the array? Let's define. So how to define array? First you have to define our type, string, and you have to use square brackets. I'm telling that I'm string is now array. I'll say array string, okay, array str, some object, no, equal to. Now what I'll do? I'll go second method. Second method is this one, na? Semicolon, we'll write Java, comma, Selenium, comma, course. Right, this is one way. What is the other way? String, square brackets, space, array str, 1 equal to, we have different size now first, new equal to of string. See, if it is a string here, we also, our memory allocation is also new of string only. And what is size here? We have to use size 3. We have 3 now. Now simply array str1 of 0 equal to Java. Array str1 1 equal to Selenium. Array str1 of 2 equal to course. Now can I define one more string here? Can I allocate it?
No.
Why?
Because the size is 3.
Size is
Yeah.
3. Yes.
Yes, size is 3, right? We can't add more. So how can I access the array now? I can use for loop, right? So let's use for loop. So okay, now what is my data type?
String.
String, right? So I'll do simply string x equal to x colon. What is our string name? It's our object. Object is array string. Now if I do SOUT of what I need to pass here? X only, na? Because I'm assigning each of the value of array string to my x. So x will take care of everything here. So first time I got Java, second time I got Selenium, third time I got course. If I run the code now, you got Java, Selenium, course. If you don't know for loop, what we'll be doing? We'll be writing a system.println array string of 0, array string of 1, array string of 2.
No.
That's right, no? Without for loop, how will we defining that? Array string of 0, array string of 1, array string of 2, we will be writing manually, right? If you see here, how we written like this, now. So if you have for loop will take care of everything. You just give your data, your object.
Ravi, I have one question.
Yes.
In the enhanced for loop, I want to print only one value. Then how can I print?
No, you can't. It
Okay.
has to be go through entire set of this object. Okay. Yeah. Whereas in this for loop, now we can control it.
So for the enhanced for loop, it will bring all the values.
Correct.
So we can't promote. Yeah.
Because so once you start selenium now, you'll understand it. Why we are using entire. Because I want to go through each and every page, or I want to get each and every variable. At that time, this for loop will help us a lot. Okay. Suppose you want to print here one only. Now what we'll do? We'll simply give here I less than one only. L less than 1. So it will print only one value. But here you can't. When you define this enhanced for loop means I want to control or I want to take entire data of entire values in this variable. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now see generally, right, once you are first questions from intro, right, they will ask, they will say you have this array, how to find out your multiplications of 2. That's very basic program. Okay, let's see. Let's define numbers, right? Int. What I will do, array 3 equal to 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 32, 44. Some given some numbers. Okay, so now they want to know the code, the problem will be, right? They want to print what are the multiples of 2 from this array. Okay, so they want to print multiples of 2 from this array. Now, ideally, if I ask you, right, if I given this net number, now what is telling me what is the multiples of 2 here from these numbers?
2,
2,
4,
4,
8,
8,
Hmm.
10,
Hmm.
32,
Hmm.
44.
44.
Because you know, right, we calculated manually. Okay, 6, 2, 4, 8, like that. But system doesn't know, na? We have to tell the logic, right? So now let's see how we'll write it now. First, we have to access it, right? First, we have to access. First, we have to check. Let's take one element and we'll check whether it's multiple of 2 or not, right? Then we go 2, then we go 4, like that. First, we have to go each and every value inside our array, correct? So how I will go? How can I go to enter all the values of array 3? What is the easy way to go there? What is the easy way to access the all?
Enhanced for loop. Yeah.
Enhance for loop only. No? That's where I can access to entire array. So what I'll do for what is my what is the output of this array? Data type. What is data type? Int,
Int.
no? Int y equal to y colon. Okay, what is the array I want to go through? Array 3.
3.
Okay, now we are inside the, now we can access array 3. So first, so now what y will have? Y will have for each every iteration, y will having one value, correct? First time it have 1, second time 2, third time 4, like. Okay, now first we have to check whether it's multiple of 2 or not. So as our brain, what will do? Brain what it calculates, how it calculates whether it's, how do you know that it's multiple of 2 or not? Now we will divide by 2. If you got remainder 0, it is means divisible by 2. True or not?
Yes. Yes.
If the value is not divisible by 2, it means that's not multiple. Correct. Now that's the same condition we'll write here. So now what I will do, I will use if condition. You understood, right? Why we are using if now? If. So what is the y, right? It is y only, na? If y divisible by, here we have percentage, no? That is nothing but divisible by 2 is equal to 0. Okay. Understood, right? Y is nothing. What is the y here? One of the values of
1,
array.
2. Yeah.
Correct. So first it will come 1. Now 1 divided by 2 equal to 0. See, percentage is nothing but divisible by 2 or not. The remainder. Okay, the remainder will check. Percentage number is remainder. If remainder is 0, then what you will say? Yes, it is a divisible by 2. Okay. Divisible by 2. And the value is, how do I write it? Plus y. Understood, na? See why I'm using plus? Because I'm using a variable and I'm using my string. That's why I'm using a plus here. Because I want to print value inside the y. If I do y here, what it will print here? If I write like this, what it will print in the y?
The string.
Just why?
Y only. It will print y only, right? It won't print inside the y, value of the y. So whenever we're going to go inside the value of y, then simply give outside plus y. Okay, now let's run the program. So you got C? Okay, let me give space. See, divisible by 2, 2, 4, 8, 10, 32, 44. Simple, na? What we did, I have condition kept here, whether my remainder is 0 or not. If my remainder is 0, it means it's divisible by 2. And if we got two values, 2, 4, 8, 10, 32, 44. Okay, now what about other? We have other values also, right? So what I'll do now? What is the other option of if?
Else.
Else, na? Because whenever it means if conditions passes, then it will go inside. Right now, else. What I will say now? System out dot println not divisible by 2. What I will write here? You will write plus y only, na? Because if that particular number is go inside, it's divisible by 2. If it go come here, it's not divisible by 2. Space. Understood, right? If and else inside the for. Okay, so now what happens? So first it got by 1, right? Now it says not divisible by 2, 1.
Okay.
Now second value it comes 2.
Shit.
Then we got divisible by 2. Yeah, divisible by 2, 4. Now again 5, not divisible. Divisible by 2, 8, 10, 32. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
clear, right? Simple.
Yeah. Yes.
Divisible by 2, not divisible by 2. So now this for loop, my first thing is whenever you got a coding problem, now first you have to think first how to access each and element. So we'll access using for loop. Okay, once you got your each and every element, what you have to do? I want divisible, I want multiplication, whatever. Then through these conditions, and you'll get it. For any coding problem, now if you understand the basic set, you can write code easily, line by line, not everything first. Okay, first I have to understand problem. First I have to think how whatever in mind, our mind will think, right? You have to convert that whatever thinking in mind to steps. So earlier, when I asked the question, how to get divisible, what you said, you get 2, 4, 8, and how your brain has calculated it, right? It was multiplication 2 to the 4, like kind of. The same thing you have to write in steps. So here, first I need to get one variable. I need to check as 0 or not, then it's printing. Okay, it's clear, right? Int arrays, string arrays, and whenever I want to write any condition, I want to any check the array, we can using this for loop and inside of conditions. Okay, so now if you observe, this array is always fixed, right? Once you define the size, it is always fixed. I can't add more, correct? Either way. But in the real time, you may to add some new components. Let's say, as I mentioned here, now we got 3 links. On the runtime, assume that one more link got generated. Let's say the EN. At the time of starting, you only saw 3. But in the middle, you saw this link also. Now you have to add this link also, right? In our arrays. Correct. So now I can't add here, no, that link, because it's already fixed. The size is fixed and I can't add anymore. So in the real time, we have options to, we got a requirement like that to add one more thing in a real time. Or sometimes assume that if one link is gone, so I need to remove my array of this link, right? I need to remove it. So in this, with this arrays, now you can't add dynamically or can't remove also. Everything's fixed. That's why we have array list. Okay, let's create a new class called array list. Whatever arrays can't do, right? Array list can do that. What is the main shortcut? What is the main shortcut?
PS.
PS VM. Public static void main. Public static void main.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Okay. So in the arrays, everything is fixed. The size is fixed, and you can't do add or remove anything. So to overcome of this array, we have array list. Okay. So array list is nothing but it can store or remove the data dynamically, and it's not size based one. You don't have to define the size, or you don't have to define anything. That's what we want now in the real time. Okay. Now how to define the arrays? Array list. Let's see. Array list. Same thing. How we define array. Okay. And I'll give object al. Okay. Same in new equal to array list. List. But if you see, I'm getting error here, right? For array, I didn't get error. If you mouse over it, you see import class. Why? Because this array list is a external package. Whenever define the array integer strings, right? These are all kind of primitive. So it is in the Java only. You don't have to go anywhere. Okay, you don't have to go anywhere. But array list is not like that. So that's why if you mouse over it, now you get an option called import class. See, import class, you got the import statement. Means we are using this array list from this package. Okay, but for arrays and those things, now you are not, because these are primitive, right? So here now, if you see, so we have to use this package. So whenever just write it, you will get mouse over and just do import, get java.util.arraylist. It's a default Java packages. Okay. Now, so now we have to define here again string or integer or whatever it is. So let's define the strings. So in the arrays, how we define the string? In the array, how we define the string array string object? We given string and we are given like this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Same as like for array list, we have this type of symbol. Here you have to write string. Okay, and same what we defined here in the array string a equal to new of string. Right, we define like this size. Correct. Same as like here array, and here we define data type, and here we define same thing class string. That's it. Same way. Instead of a square bracket, we are using this less than greater symbol. This is a using of array list. So now in the string, how in the array, how we assign a of like this we assign, na?
Yes.
A of 0, A of 1 equal to our values. Same way, we can here, we use methods. Let's do AL, that's our object, right? If we do dot, we'll see a lot of objects here. Add, equals, get, to array, clone. Lot of objects of array list. Remove, use empty, set, size. Lot of things. You have more control over your array list. Okay, simply add array list of add. So can I add numbers here? Can we add numbers or not?
No.
No, because it is a data type of string.
String. Yeah.
So we can add string. Java. So again, al dot add. Okay. Until j. You can add any strings without any count or any restrictions. al dot add. Okay, browser. Same way, right? So here we don't have some size. So by default, Java will allocate memory dynamically. Whenever adding, it will create a memory of this object dynamically. Okay. So now printing, right? Same way. For loop. So what is our data type here? What we're gonna print? What we're gonna extract of this AL?
AL.
What is the
AL.
data type here?
String.
String, right? So what I will do, string A colon AL. Now I print SYUT AL. Same way. Sorry, I print writing arrays. I need to array list, no? Run array list. See what we got now? See, how many times you got it now?
3.
3, right? If you see Java IntelliJ browser, Java IntelliJ browser, Java IntelliJ browser. Because this is not array to print like this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so why we are using a for loop in the array? Because I want to go each and every position. 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. Correct. So this is the AL, nothing but your total array list. So what you are trying to print entire array list. That's why you got printed 3 times. Because what is the length of array list here?
AL.
What is the length? How many?
3.
3, right? That's why it
3.
got printed 3
3.
times, because this
Yeah.
for loop will execute 3 loops.
Right.
Whatever you do inside, but the first condition, it will take this much up. So now what I'll do here, SOUT AL. Okay, let me comment on this one as of now. So to print array list, we can use directly like this. You don't have to go for loop. Okay. Now, but I want to get variables values inside it, right? I want Java IntelliJ browser. How to get it? Now let's use the for. So now what I'll do, AL dot get. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's write here. System out dot println AL dot get of 0 means it will print first one.
So Java it will print, right?
Yes, Java. Infinity into 1, IntelliJ. Okay, let me comment on this for loop. ArrayList if you run it. See, Java IntelliJ. Now, can we use this enhanced for loop now? No, because we need to pass the indexes. We have to pass 0, 1, 2, 3 like that.
So there is no need of for loop in this, right? ArrayList.
I mean, not this enhanced for loop. We have to write normal for loop.
Okay.
Because we have to pass the indexes count here. If we have, see, if you see here, L dot get index. So we have to pass the number only to get it. So in this case, now it won't
Yeah.
pass anything, right? Sorry. Okay.
Here
Sorry.
I print
So yeah,
A
we
dot,
can
right?
A. No, we can
Yeah.
print A. Sorry.
Oh.
A, not A only, na? What is A? One of the value of AL. What is A? What this
Right.
enhanced loop?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the value it will go, it will put into A and we're printing A. Okay. So now let me run it. Yeah, I got Java IntelliJ browser. If you want to get based on index, then you have to like this way. We have to do that for loop. Normal for where will pass. If I want one normal for loop, now for int I equal to I less than what is size AL dot
3.
size here. We have size
Yeah.
in the array. We
Yeah.
have length. Here we have size.
Okay.
Yeah, I plus. So now we can print al dot get of 0. Sorry, not 0, I. Correct. What it will do first? A of 0. You have to get 0. Java. You have get 1. Still size it will run. Let's run this code. See what Java IntelliJ browser, Java IntelliJ browser. So either way you can use it. So here if you want to use, we can directly get the object. So we have to use here. Here we are getting the object based on index. So that's why. So this is called array list. So why you are using array list? Array list is dynamic. You can add, you can remove. So and you can store at any time, you can remove at any time. That's where it's more use benefit of array list than the arrays.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Saraswati, clear?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we'll stop the class. Stop recording.